Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Spark and Speak, your favorite place to learn real English. Easy English, everyday English, the kind of English you actually use in real life. I am so happy you are here with me today. This is the place where we talk like real people, share real stories, and help you feel comfortable and confident in English. I am not your teacher with a big stick. I am your English friend who truly wants to help you grow. And today is a big one. Because I want to talk about something that is stopping so many of you from speaking English right now. It is not your grammar. It is not your vocabulary. It is something much smaller, much quieter, and much more dangerous. You are waiting for the right moment. Waiting for the right moment, waiting for someone to help you, waiting until you feel ready. And I need to tell you something today. That moment is never going to come by itself, so stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you are going to stop waiting and start speaking. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you just moved to a new country in Europe. Maybe Germany, maybe Poland, maybe the Netherlands. You are standing in the supermarket line. The cashier says something to you, something fast, something you do not fully understand. And in your head, in English, you know exactly what you want to say. You know the words. You know the sentence. But your mouth does not move. Why? Because a small voice inside you says, wait. Wait until you are better. Wait until someone corrects you first. Wait until you feel 100% sure. This happens everywhere. In the office, when your manager asks a question in a meeting, and you have the answer in your head, but you let a colleague speak first because you are scared of your accent. On the bus, when a stranger asks for directions and you know the words, but you stay quiet and just point. Even talking to your own neighbor, saying good morning, you rehearse the sentence 3 times in your head before you actually say it out loud. Here is something interesting that most experienced English teachers will tell you. It does not work the way you think. It is not confidence first and speaking after. It is the other way around. The learners who become comfortable the fastest are usually the ones who speak early and speak often, even with mistakes, not the ones who wait quietly until they feel ready. I have seen this so many times. Someone learns English for 3 years. They know more grammar rules than some native speakers. They can write beautiful sentences. But when it is time to actually talk to a real person, they freeze because they were always waiting. Waiting for a teacher, waiting for a friend, waiting for the fear to disappear on its own. Today, we are going to break that habit, point by point, story by story. And by the end, you are going to understand exactly why waiting for help is quietly keeping you stuck and what to do instead. Point 1. Waiting for the perfect moment. Okay, so let's start with the first thing that keeps you stuck. Waiting for the perfect moment. You tell yourself, I will speak English when the situation is easier. I will speak English when there is less pressure. I will speak English when I am not tired, not nervous, not busy. But here is the truth. The perfect moment does not exist. It is not coming next week. It is not coming after your next English class. It is not coming when you finally feel calm. Let me give you a simple sentence you can use right now, today, in real life. If someone asks you a question in English and you are not sure, you can just say, sorry, can you say that again? I want to understand you properly. That is it. 6 seconds. No perfect moment needed. I remember hearing about a woman living in Spain. She had been learning English for 2 years. Every single day she told herself, tomorrow I will start speaking with my coworkers. Tomorrow, I will start speaking with my coworkers. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow became 6 months. Nothing changed because tomorrow never actually arrives. It is always still tomorrow. The moment you are waiting for is not going to knock on your door. You have to open the door yourself. Point 2. waiting for someone to correct your mistakes. The second one is something I see all the time. People wait for someone to correct their mistakes before they speak more. You think, I do not want to speak until someone tells me if I am doing it right. I need a teacher, a friend, a native speaker to check me first. But listen carefully. Mistakes are not a stop sign. They are a green light. Every single fluent speaker you admire made thousands of mistakes before they got good. Nobody starts perfect. Nobody. Here is a real example sentence to practice. Instead of staying silent because you are scared of a mistake, you can say, I am still learning English, so please correct me if I say something wrong. This one sentence does two things. It gives you permission to make mistakes, and it invites help naturally, without you needing to wait for it. Think about a young man working in a warehouse in Poland. He had co-workers from all over Europe. For months he stayed quiet during lunch breaks because he was scared his English was not good enough. Then one day, he just decided to talk anyway. He made mistakes. His co-workers laughed a little, but in a friendly way, and then they helped him. Within a few weeks, his English improved faster than the previous 6 months combined. Not because someone finally corrected him first, because he stopped waiting for permission to be imperfect. Mistakes are not proof that you are bad at English. Mistakes are proof that you are actually using it. Point 3. Waiting to finish the course before using real English. This is a big one. So many learners wait until they finish the course, finish the book, finish the app before they try real conversations. You think, once I finish this grammar book, then I will be ready to talk. Once I complete level 3, then I will start speaking with real people. But real English is not learned only from books. It is learned by using it, messy and imperfect, in real situations. Grammar books teach you the pieces. Conversations teach you how to actually build something with those pieces. Here is a sentence that works in almost any daily situation in Europe. If you are at a doctor's office or a bank or a government office and you are confused about a form, you can say, I am sorry, my English is not perfect. Can you please explain this more simply? This sentence works everywhere, and you do not need to finish any course to use it starting today. I think about learners who spend years collecting courses, book after book, app after app, always preparing, never actually speaking. Meanwhile, someone with a much smaller vocabulary who orders coffee in English every single morning and chats with their neighbor every single evening becomes more comfortable and more fluent because they are actually living in the language, not just studying it from a distance. Studying prepares you. Speaking is what actually changes you. Point 4. Waiting for confidence to come first. This is the one almost nobody talks about. Waiting for confidence to arrive before you speak. You think, once I feel confident, I will speak more. But here is the truth that changes everything. Confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes after action. You do not feel brave and then jump. You jump, and then you feel brave. Every time you speak English, even nervously, even with mistakes, even with your heart beating fast, you are building confidence in that exact moment. You are not waiting for confidence to show up somewhere in the future. You are creating it right now with your own voice. Here is a simple sentence you can practice this week out loud, even alone in your room. My English is getting better every single day, and I am proud of how far I have come. Say that sentence to yourself in the mirror. It feels strange the first time, but your brain starts to believe what your mouth repeats. Picture someone sitting on the train every morning in the Netherlands, scared to answer their phone in English because their manager might call. For weeks they avoided it, waiting to feel ready. Then one morning they simply answered, nervous voice and all. It was clumsy. It was not perfect. But after that call, something shifted. They realized the fear was bigger in their head than in real life. So here is the honest truth. Confidence is not a gift you receive. It is something you build, one spoken sentence at a time. Point 5. What to do instead of waiting. So what do you actually do instead of waiting? You take one small action today, not a big, scary action. A small one. Here are simple things you can start right now, today, without needing anyone's permission and without needing to feel ready. First, talk to yourself in English for 2 minutes every morning while you make your coffee or brush your teeth. Describe what you are doing. I am making my coffee. It smells really good this morning. Nobody is listening. There is no pressure. It is just practice. Second, record short voice notes on your phone in English. Just talk about your day for 30 seconds. Do not listen back and judge yourself harshly. Just do it, and then do it again tomorrow. Third, order something in English on purpose, even if you could use your local language. A coffee, a sandwich, a train ticket. One small real interaction a day builds more confidence than 100 hours of silent studying. And fourth, whenever you feel that little voice telling you to wait, notice it and then speak anyway. That voice does not disappear because you wait longer. It disappears because you speak through it. None of these actions need permission. None of these actions need a teacher standing next to you. None of these actions need you to feel 100% ready. You already have everything you need to start today. Okay, let's bring this all together, because you just learned something really important today. We talked about 5 kinds of waiting that quietly keep English learners stuck, waiting for the perfect moment, which never actually arrives. Waiting for someone to correct your mistakes, when mistakes are actually proof that you are learning. Waiting to finish a course before speaking real English, when real fluency comes from using the language, not just studying it. Waiting for confidence to appear first, when confidence is actually built by speaking, not before it. And finally, instead of waiting, taking small daily actions like talking to yourself, recording voice notes, and ordering your coffee in English on purpose, here is the one thing I want you to remember from today. Nobody is coming to give you permission to speak English. There is no perfect moment, no finished course, no magical wave of confidence waiting around the corner. The only thing that changes your English is you deciding to speak today, exactly as you are, mistakes and all. You do not need help to start. You just need to start. I am so proud of you for staying until the end of this video. That already tells me something. You are not the kind of person who waits forever. You are the kind of person who is ready to take action. So tell me in the comments, what is one English conversation you have been avoiding? One you keep waiting for the right moment to have. I really want to know, and I will be reading your comments. If this video helped you today, please subscribe to Spark and Speak so we can keep growing your English together, one honest conversation at a time. And next time, we are going to talk about something that will completely change the way you handle those awkward silent moments when your brain just goes blank in English. You really do not want to miss that one. Until then, keep speaking, even when it feels a little scary. I will see you in the next video.